March of the Machine, collector boxes. Do they hold value or are they a waste of your time? 401 Games was crazy enough to let me open some boxes. Let's see how they did. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and we are opening some packs here for 401 Games. Thanks again to 401 for allowing this to happen. Now, as you guys know, you're searching for serialized cards. You want to get the Phyrexians. You want to get all these amazing cards. But values change. Things go up and down, so don't go rushing in. Decide if you need the singles or if you want those boxes from a little bit of a addiction to say, hey, I'm going to take that gambler's premium and see where I can go. Now, as you guys know, after the first box video or two, I tend to speed these up so we can get to the good stuff faster, get past all the uncommons, the commons, get to the rares, and see if this will bring us happiness and joy. Because we're looking for serialized cards. We're looking for craziness. And although like the Halo art and stuff like that is some gorgeous artwork, I gotta be honest, it is great to see. I don't know where the value will lie in those. Is somebody going to say, I need it just for that particular version of foiling? Because that, that's interesting to think about. If they're trying to branch themselves off into that kind of display model where it's like, that art has only come around a couple of times, or every 5 years or 6 years, that's how we're going to do our artwork, and we're gonna draw players in. Like when you see some of these cards with the older style frameworks, it's actually kind of a nice matte feel, by the way. When you see those, some players will be drawn to that. They'll say, that's just a gorgeous card. I want it. I think it's amazing. And I'm willing to spend an extra buck. Other people will say, guys, I didn't like that art back then. I don't like it now. So it's interesting to see that Wizards is trying this approach to see if the value will hold. To see if a certain art framework on the secondary market grabs players. Because that's what they're doing. They don't officially recognize it, but they're checking things out to see if it has appeal. And if it has appeal, oh, we got Vorinclex, the voice of hunger. That is gorgeous. All right, our first mythic. They're waiting to see how the audience appeals and says, yeah, I like this, or I don't like this, or the only problem is it takes so long sometimes to get those stats, to get that data, that Wizards is way behind the 8-ball. I think what they need to do is cut down that production run a bit. Oh, there we go. We got Chandra Beacon's Hope. All right, Chandra, you can go over there. And wait and see. If they cut the production line to see how the product is received, if it's more of a one and done type situation, right? The one and done they used to have when they did like Zendikar, World Wake, stuff like that, where you had one print run, it all came out at once, and they moved on to the next product. I would love to see us just a set or two, where I think they should do that as the preliminary to see how it's accepted. And if it goes well, then that's great. And if not, hey, at least they gave it a shot, and we'll see how it plays out. Whenever I see that, I keep thinking it's going to be some mythic, but of course it's not. Hey, Sunfell. All right. I mean, that was not a bad pack in terms of playable value, but it definitely didn't have anything to say goo goo gaga eyes over, where you go, that's an amazing card. Well, we got 2 mythics so far, too. We've already done half the box. Wow. This is not looking promising, but thanks again to 401 Games for allowing me to experience it. I love the idea of opening this, man. And remember to any of my patrons out there, oh, there we go. If you ever want to do a box opening video, you just got to contact me. You guys know how to email me and reach me, and we can work that out for you, no sweat. Just let me know, and I will take care of the rest. Oh, man, I got to be honest. That is cool. Oh, sorry, that didn't come out very well. That is cool art. There's something about Urian there that I like that art. I will be picking up a copy of that. Isn't that weird? Like, that art appealed to me. Where other art, I'm like, no, like the black and white art for Elish Norn and all them, it does not really grab me. It doesn't really say, hey, I gotta have it. And that's the interest. Like, art is so subjective to how people feel about it. Heliod, the Radiant Dawn, and then we can flip it over and be like, ah! I know, right? How they've done some of them, Teferi's Talent. A lot of rares in the set, which is great. A lot of fun value cards. But so many, I'm just like, meh. Doesn't grab me. So many of the art does not grab me. I think I'm more of a boring art person. I find the Moxman finds beauty in like simple trees and bushes being painted by hand. I'm not saying there's anything wrong against computer generated art. A lot of it's very gorgeous, and I am fond of some of it. Others I just go meh. Sometimes it's just a meh. Like the Emoji Movie that my son loved so much. Right, Mini Mox? I don't think... Oh, there we go. We got Yarick. Very cool, man. Yarick the Desecrated one. Yeah. Very cool. When you see some of the old cards like that, it brings you back, eh? There were some great memories with those. I'm just not sure if they needed a reprinting yet. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago some of these got reprinted. Doesn't some of these get banned in certain formats? When you see some, you're like, really, Wizards? That's your choice? You got to give us a break a little bit on some of these. I mean, Saint Taft is kind of cool. Like the Spirit, I kind of like that as a commander card. I got to be honest. Because some of these characters, you know, you may have been fond of them. You may have had good memories using them in a deck. And when you see them come around, these kind of combo cards, it does grab you a bit. It does. I'd be honest. Because a lot of us have played with these decks for a very long time. That builds that nostalgic history. It builds up. Oh, there we go. We got Thalia and the Gitatog monster. Very cool. Fairy Mastermind. Keep an eye on that guy. Keep an eye on him. Tribute to the World Tree. That was the highest seller of my box opening. A Hot 10 video. That was kind of crazy to see how many things that sold. New sets, but wow. That was craziness. Was that 2,000 plus copies? Anyway, we missed that. You can just go back and watch the video. You can catch that bad boy. And you'll see what I'm talking about. When I do those Hot 10 videos, sometimes I get very surprised by the results, about how some of these cards play out. See, some of the battle cards I kind of like. Some of them are very unique, and there's ways of getting around some of them. We got a Gremlin Prodigy. Sure, why not? And we got the Dusk Legionnaire. And then we got, sure, the Master. And we're down to our last pack of the first box. Awesome stuff, but man, some of these packs go by so quick. You're like, really? We're already there? That's craziness, but it is. I mean, I would open these a lot slower if I was, by myself, but you guys have limited time. And sometimes you just you get caught by a card like Yargle and you go, that's just so gorgeous. It's just a nice looking card. And then there's a Yargle that's gross looking. We're like, hey, the Phyrexian oil doesn't affect me. And then, again, gorgeous art. Some of them are just like, wow. Begin the Invasion. There's something about that card. I'm telling you. All right, first box. We got what? Is it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we got 9 mythics in the first box. 9. We're on to the second box now. Let's see how we do it. 401 games. Thanks again, man. My fingers are getting a muscled workout as we crack into these bad boys. And my floor has never been messier. For those who know the Mox me, I'm always told to clean up by Mrs. Mox. But this is a mess I have to clean because... Oh, nice. We got Jintaxis. See, that art, though, I'm not fond of that art. First Mythic, though, which is cool. But that art did not grab me. We got the Keeper of the Flame. We got Drana. We got a very, very hyper Hot Fox. All right, guys. I think what we'll see with sets like this going forward, Wizards will adapt it. And if we see the Aftermath set do well, they will break some of these sets down further. They will make it a little more, you won't get as much value in some of these. I think the collector boxes, they realize they have to keep a certain value to keep that price point. So they've learned from that for sure. And they know they have to always pump in enough value, enough cards in there to make players want to dive in it. And, I mean, they've diluted rares. People, don't forget that. They've diluted rares. But they might add new rares to always become a super mythic class of some type. They got so much wallpaper to paint with. So many ways of doing it that they really can branch out into unknown territory if they choose to. They can make success if they want there to be success. When in doubt, they can throw out a set that'll blow your mind just by restating some of the cards that they originally had planned to be a little bit weaker and just changing the casting costs or changing the ability and make a format just a little bit more powerful. And a lot of players forget that that could happen each and any... What happened there? Each and any set. A couple uncommons. That uncommon setup was a little bit long. We got the Omnath. Doesn't look nearly as intimidating as he used to, does he? Okay, we got a Commander Mythic. We got a couple of uncommons. Oh, Thalia and Gitatog in the old... Oh, and Yarick the Desecrate. Look at that. That is cool, guys. We gotta find some serialized fun, though. Come on, where's the serialized card? Let's find a serialized card. Let's go hunting, and let's see what we can find here. We want serialized, and we want it now. That's what we want. We want to find... Hey, Elish Norn. See, I like that artwork. There's just something about it that makes me say, yeah. Way to go, Ellis Norton. It feels very, it's very, these, just so you guys know, in case you haven't touched these yet, any of the double-sided guys, the foiling is thicker. It definitely feels thicker. You can, as soon as you touch it, you'll know, which is very, pylon, very cool. Very interesting when you touch those, because as soon as you feel the card, you just know it has a little bit different of a texture. I don't think it'll make a difference in a sleeve, but wow. I mean, if you were playing a non-sleeve deck or something, you would know you're picking that. Oh, you couldn't. That's ridiculous, Mark. What were you thinking? It's a double-sided card. You have to use a token representation. My bad. You know, I'm getting caught up here. I'm getting caught up. There we go. There. As I try to wash away my... Oh, Herbarask. Nice. And then the rest. We got rares and uncommons. There we go. All right, we're halfway through here, guys. We are now on the last stack. The last stack of goodness. And the question will be, are we going to find ourselves that mythic fun? Ready? We're looking for, well, I guess any of the Praetors would be cool, although the storyline makes them so weak. There's still a lot of options available for some of these cards to have real growth going forward. Just depends on how players brew it together and see where the cards have homes. Like, I've noticed, like, cards like Elspeth, she's a great looking card, but she's going to have, like, she's a 4-cat. She's got limited ability, right? Her value will drop. She'll sink to that $10 level, and she'll stay there. That's where she'll go. But when people see it 30, 40, you think, oh, I hit a big card. You didn't hit a big card. Somebody jacked up the price for now, hoping to make some money, because that price is going to drop. So keep an eye. Never just jump in and buy something unless you just can't wait. And that's okay if you can't wait. If you got the money to burn and you don't want to wait for it, that's fair enough. I myself am a bit of a waiter when it comes to this stuff. I know, been around the market so long now that I'm just prepared to wait for anything if I have to. If I think it took too long, oh, very cool. So like that, it just looks nice. All right, we're down to our last couple of packs here in this video. 401. What is with this pack? I'm telling you, some of these packs are like impossible. Other packs don't give us any trouble at all. Wizards just having fun at our expense. They put some extra glue on some packs just to mess you up. Just to say, haha, we did it. That's a good looking artwork too. I know it's not the most expensive, but it's just, it is good looking. Share it. Oh, there we go. Niv Mizzet, the Reborn. Definitely not the best card. I mean, looks cool. Don't get me wrong. But cards like that have that kind of casting cost, nope. A lot of players will kill it as soon as it comes into play. Wizards has made it so easy to eliminate creatures that it's more about the combination of multi-effects that will get you through a game as opposed to a single powerhouse card, which it used to be. It used to be about that single card you could pull to end the game. And nowadays it's like, no, you need teamwork, you need synergy to make it all happen. Well, here we are on the last one. Let's see if we can get some action going here with the Realm Break. You know, we haven't seen Ren yet, have we? I haven't seen a Ren yet either. Bountiful Phoenix. And yeah, there we go. Okay, guys. Some great cards. No serialized cards. No Ren. But we're still here. Thanks again to 401 Games. Thanks for hanging out with the Moxman, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. This is that moment. You're here at the end. We're watching the credits fly by. And I gotta say thank you. Because without these patrons, without understanding, without their support, videos like this made daily, they just can't happen. So thanks again to the wonderful patrons of the channel. You made it to the end. You're here, you're wondering why. What do you have to speak about at the end of a video like this? Shadows over Innistrad. We're going to put this bad boy into the 20K box because remember, eventually we'll get to 20K and the contents of that box could be important for some reason. I do hope people record those things when I put them in. I scatter them throughout, but the closer we get to 20,000 subscribers, the more that stuff's going to happen. And the more valuable the things will be. And then there'll be a winner at some point. Of how many prizes, though, what will happen? Keep records! Alright guys, have an awesome one. Thanks for hanging out. And of course, let's put a boomstick in the comments section.